In Memoriam.
Hi Tommies, my name is Joven and you're listening to The Bulb, Minneapolis Edison's digital collection of true and personal stories. We believe that storytelling involves healthy risk-taking and can transform the praxis through which we build stronger communities.
Staff Sergeant Lincoln Abraham.
Lieutenant Earl M. Anderson.
Private First Class Philip W. Anderson.
First Lieutenant Walter T. Anderson.
Corporal Joe Barris.
Private First Class Warren A. Beckstrom.
Seaman Second Class Gordon J. Barris.
First Sergeant Frank Biernot. Private Robert Borchert. Private Howard J. Boreen.
Private Donald F. Brock. Lieutenant Ralph W. Broden.
Sergeant Edward C. Caputa.
Ship's Painter Second Class Theodore W. Chaplinsky. PFC Edward J. Sissick. Private William B. Sissick.
Staff Sergeant George C. Coe. Second Lieutenant Louis L. Colum. Sergeant Paul Dansick.
Private First Class Floyd L. Doncaster.
Lieutenant Donald Dubé.
Staff Sergeant Carl Izak. Lieutenant Sigurd O. Fagerly.
Aviation Ordnanceman Second Class Leonard O. Faldine.
Private Richard D. Fick.
Corporal Vincent L. Fish.
First Lieutenant Winston J. Fisher. Private First Class William Franchek. First Lieutenant Jack Fuller.
PFC Richard E. Geidel. Yeoman Second Class Paul Gray. PFC Donald G. Grisson.
Sergeant John Hagland. PFC Irvin W. Hagry.
Fireman Second Class Warren L. Hendrickson.
Weapons Technician Third Class Frank P. Holwa.
Flight Officer Edward A. Holmquist Jr. Sergeant William Haraki.
Captain Lucian W. Howell. Private First Class Richard Hummock. Staff Sergeant Robert F. Ehrman.
Technical Sergeant Dayhart Jacob. Technician Fourth Class Paul L. Jacobson. Pharmacist Mate Third Class Nicholas Janosco.
Machinist Mate Second Class Marvin Johnson. Private Morris Johnson.
Midshipman Robert Johnson.
Private First Class Kazimir M. Karbovnishek. First Lieutenant Adolf Karkula. Sergeant Charles R. Knably. Private Irving Neeling. First Lieutenant George S. Kobler. Private First Class Martin Kostick. Private Stephen Kovalitsky.
PFC Richard E. Kraus. AMM Third Class Lawrence E. LaValle.
First Sergeant Frank Liba. Radio Man Third Class John T. Malik.
Technical Sergeant Orlando Manusco. PFC James M. Martin. Lieutenant William C. Mathis. Second Class Petty Officer Earl McGovern.
PFC Earl Meister. PFC Roland M. Mosier. Captain William C. Mueller. Seaman Second Class John Murray. Private Henry Nadeau.
Sergeant Milton Nelson. Private First Class William C. Nelson. Lieutenant Roger W. Nielsen.
Corporal Ivert Olson. AOM Third Class Warren M. Olson. PFC Charles Perlick.
Sergeant William Peters. Corporal Richard J. Pecor.
Radar Man Third Class Robert J. Poole.
Staff Sergeant Henry Patak. Private First Class Rose F. Puncala.
Private Charles W. Randolph. Paul Rapak.
Second Lieutenant William Robertson. Corporal Fred Robinson. Sergeant William Rogers. Private George E. Selinsky.
AMM Third Class Ralph J. Sinclair. PHM First Class Gerald M. Sincock. Private First Class Stanley Slonsky. Private First Class Clyde G. Sloss.
PFC Stefan Sod. PFC Robert H. Sorensen.
First Lieutenant Robert D. Stevens, Private Gordon M. Stowen,
Corporal Robert W. Stromberg. Corporal Harry Super.
Private First Class Stanley M. Swanson. First Lieutenant Frank J. Warpia Jr. Ensign Lauren Weasel.
Corporal Robert Will.
Captain John E. Wilson,
Second Lieutenant Walter J. Wojak.
Second Lieutenant Bjarn K. Xavier.
PFC William J. Zetchis.
Yeoman Second Class Raymond E. Ziegler.
Private First Class William B. Zukowski. Corporal Anthony Sahorwich.
This has been a product of ETSN, Edison Tommy Student Network. It's your story. We'll help you tell it.